Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Woodward Show here on the Woodward Sports Network. Happy to have you this morning. Thanks for tuning in, whether you're watching live on YouTube or listening on the app, whatever it may be. Okay. Thank you very much. Here we are. Terry Foster, good morning.
Good morning. How did the Rudy Poots do yesterday?
We didn't play. We didn't play. Unfortunately, we got rained out because,
Oh, yeah, it did rain.
It only decides to rain during the summer on Wednesdays. And for the life of me, I'll never understand why.
Well, it's trying to cool you guys off a little bit. That's all.
You know what was, we wouldn't have played either way, by the way?
Why?
Because the opposing team had texted us 30 minutes prior.
They quit?
They were going to forfeit. They weren't just going to show up.
Wow, what losers.
But what saved the day, for them at least, was it actually started pouring.
Yeah.
When it rains, the city and the whole league commission or whatever, they just cancel the games.
I thought you were the commissioner.
I'm not.
You should be.
He's just a very fine player. That's all. He doesn't have to run everything.
It's not my job, Fish. But anyways, yeah, no, disappointing. I really wanted to play yesterday, but we had a nice barbecue after.
How do you not?
How did you even have a barbecue after? Because it rained a long time.
Have you ever been to Dearborn? Garages are like an extension of the house.
Right. Yeah, they just use their garage.
Right. You didn't play at Drake Park. You were at Dearborn.
Yeah, so we went to a friend's house, barbecued in the garage, hung out in the garage. It's a good time.
We used to do that when I lived in Detroit. And in fact, on Thanksgiving, we had a tradition with my friend Big Mac. We would have Thanksgiving at my place, but then we would go into his garage, and his daddy fried shrimp.
Oh, wow.
And his mom made these really, really nice rolls. And that was our second Thanksgiving dinner in the garage.
Did this guy like Big Macs? Is that where this nickname came from?
I gave him the nickname. When we were kids, we used to treat each other every Saturday to McDonald's. We would walk 3 miles to the McDonald's.
Wow.
And then we would trade off paying for each other. One day we went there, and he's a big guy. He ordered 3 Big Macs,
God.
2 fries, 2 large Cokes, and something else. And he devoured them. And I said, dude, from now on, your name is Big Mac. And it stuck. Everybody, in fact, when I was later on, people said, what is Big Mac's real name? I said, I don't know. Big Mac. Actually, it was David. But his nickname used to be Tony because it was David Anthony Gant.
Oh
God.
Was he a big guy?
He's a big guy. He's about 3 bills.
Wow. Okay.
Damn.
Adam will call him a hippo.
Okay.
And in fact,
he's a friend of yours, so I won't.
He was 3 bills when we were kids.
Damn.
I don't know what he is now.
He was a hippo. Never mind.
But was he a football player, though?
He played briefly at Detroit Murray Wright.
Oh, okay.
He was on the line.
Good for him.
With my other friend who was big, and you know what nickname I gave him? Fatty Rucklebuckle.
Terry. Oh, my God. Tigers lose again.
Not a shocker.
Nothing new. We're not going to cover the game. I don't care about the game at all. But somebody else who's pushing 3 bills is Miguel Cabrera.
Yeah.
And right now it looks like his right knee is, and I'll share this text message I got yesterday from somebody inside the organization, and they said the word is Miggy's knee is toast, and he may hit the IL soon.
What's the point of playing him?
I'm not sure.
There's
no
point
at this point.
Well, no, because people aren't going to the games anyway to see Miggy or not see him. They don't go to the games to see anybody. There's no need to go to Comerica Park unless you're just a real diehard. I think at this point, if Miguel Cabrera was an elite player, then you're missing out on ticket sales. But nobody's gonna go there just to see him be a shell of what he used to be. So I think you just shut him down the rest of the season and try to make 2023 as palatable as possible.
Do you buy him out?
You know
MLB
what?
contracts are guaranteed.
Yeah, I know.
And whoever the next GM is, I think they really need to consider that. Happy for Miggy he got 500. Happy he got 3,000. Zero incentive for him to be playing on this team unless all they care about is getting a top 3 pick.
Well, he already is position himself to play next season because he said, "Hey guys, come back. I'll be a coach. I'll do whatever you want." So he's see. I'm a little bit of a softie. I'll admit that. I probably would not buy him out. I would let him have 2023, go out with a little dignity because of everything he's done for the Tigers. And that's the soft part of me. It's not saying it's right, but it's probably what I would do.
I can't. I'm a piece of shit.
You are, Bam.
Right.
But you know what? A good piece of shit.
So, yeah, no, he's done. If I'm in charge right now, I would pay a team to take him off my hands. Not that any team would want him. So it would be a buyout. Hey, Miggy, love you. Take your $35 million. Don't want to see you. You want to come around to the ballpark? Have a good time? Stay in the area? Be my guest.
Can he coach in 2024?
He can't coach, no.
Okay.
If he can't coach right now in this...
not next season, but the season after.
Oh, yeah, of course. He's always welcome back.
Okay.
Yeah, but as a player, God, no. Not interested. And not as a player coach next year either. Not the guy just hanging out in the locker room, right? Not even playing, but, sitting there all dressed up, talking. No. Bye. New direction. The team is awful. Did you know 6 years ago, yesterday, was the famous J.D. Martinez home run against Chris Sale and the White Sox?
I did not know that, but I know it now.
He missed, what was it, 40 games he missed on the IL?
Mm-hmm. And he just came
back
and
first pitch
one.
home run. 6 years ago. It's been 6 years since that moment. You were somewhat relevant. And that was towards the end of this whole, Tigers run that we witnessed in the early 2010s.
And since then, the Tigers have won 39% of their games.
And here we are. Miguel Cabrera is your best hitter, which isn't saying much because he's not even a good hitter. He just hits for...
You know what? I feel partially responsible for that.
Who did this?
They were talking about it yesterday. They want to know what your reaction would be. And I said, you know what I said? I said, don't do that to my pal. I got over. Nobody listened to me.
All right, bitches. I see how it's going to be. All right. You know what
he looks like?
I want to know who did it. Westfall?
That's confidential.
It's not confidential. I want to know who did it. We are not going to talk about a damn thing this morning until you tell me who did it. I want to know.
It's not one person.
I want to know the group. Westfall? You can text me it. I accept text.
Westfall was not part of that.
Well, Fish?
He heard about it.
Fish? Spill the beans.
You want me to tell you who did it?
Yes.
I'll have to look it up.
Fish?
Yep.
I'll fire you right now.
Okay, I'll have to look it up.
Now. Tell me.
If you paid attention to the chat, you would probably figure it out.
Was it Jeff?
That too.
Jeff?
I don't know who officially did it, but I know who was talking about it and giggling like little girls.
Just take a wild guess.
You know what?
Take that BS off the screen,
You know what he
please.
looks like?
We pay a lot of money for that TV wall. We are discrediting that TV wall right now by putting that fat fuck on the TV. So do me a favor and take him off.
We did it.
Did it
not
for me.
We. Not. I didn't have nothing.
Did it for me to give me a goddamn aneurysm. That's what you did.
Doesn't he kind of look like a jack-o'-lantern?
No, he looks like a fat ass. That's what he looks like. God. You guys have it great at home. You don't have to see what we see. It's way worse in person. Jesus Christ.
But if you're seeing us, what we have is a montage of Avila headshots.
I'm going to have to print
vomit.
that off and put it right here.
And they did this for you.
All right, Jeff. I'm going to assume it was Jeff. Honestly, no. The horrible Photoshop. I'm going to say it was Gentry.
Is it that bad Photoshop?
I think it was that duo. Yeah. Yeah, they cut off his neck was partially cut.
Well, but they wanted they wanted headshots though.
I understand. There's a certain way to do headshots.
Okay.
Anyways, we are going to move on. Tigers suck, Terry. Reports growing that Avila will be out by the end of the year. I'll wait until I see it. I'm not going to celebrate and until that announcement is. But I have a question for you.
Yes, sir. Speaking of questions, tomorrow I have a bunch of questions for you, and they're fun questions.
Oh, I'm excited.
For Freaky Friday, we're going to have fun Adham questions.
I'm down.
Nice.
I'm game for it. But how is it that you can justify, or anybody, that, hey, you know what? I don't believe in you. I don't think you're doing a good job. I don't think you're the right person for this job. But, hey, I am going to let you stay in charge through the deadline, through the draft, all the way up until the end of the season, and then we'll cordially let you go. We probably won't even fire you. We'll let you resign, or we'll mutually part ways. This is...
Okay.
If Chris wanted to just earn a little bit of credit with this fan base...
Which he doesn't care about.
Which he doesn't care about. He would walk into Avila's half office, drag him out of Comerica Park, throw him onto the street, record it all, you're fired.
Okay, so why does he do it this way? One, I still think he doesn't care. That's the main thing. B, he's saving money. He's waiting to Al's... See, here's the thing. We don't know how long Avila's contract extension was. We are assuming that this is the last year of his extension. And so what Chris is doing is he's playing it all the way out, so now he doesn't have to pay two people. He is a businessman. And I've talked to a few people who are in the Tigers and Red Wings organization, and off the record, they just say he's weird. He's a weird guy. He doesn't have that. He lacks passion. How about that? It's more business than anything. And so it makes sense to play Avila out to the end of his contract so you don't have to pay two people. It makes sense with Jeff Blashill to let his contract expire before he's fired so you don't have to pay two people. I think it's a businessman who doesn't have the passion that you have, that the fans have, and it's just something he owns. That's why Matt Ishbia should be the owner of the Detroit Tigers.
Yeah, that would be quite the dream. I don't think it's going to happen, though. We'll take a quick break. When we get back, your worst and your best memories being a Detroit Lions fan. I'm actually curious what your favorite memory was, considering how involved you are with the team. But, Terry, before we go fish, you got to tell us about one of our good friends, don't you?
I do. Alrighty, Guardian Alarm, everybody. It's here. Summertime is here. It's the month of August, which means go celebrate it now before it ends. Means spending more time outside. Let Guardian Alarm give you peace of mind when you're enjoying the outdoor sunshine on the beach, on the boat, wherever, golf course this weekend. That's where I was. Just call the famous number, 1-800-STAY-OUT today, and you can rest easy knowing you have 24/7 protection. That's 1-800-STAY-OUT, everyone.
Stay out.
Football, Canadian football preferably, although there is NFL tonight. Let them know Woodward Sports sent you today.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Hello? Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Kroger's, and if you wanna know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
It is the lovely month of August, but you can still get yourself a lovely free Woodward Sports t-shirt all month long at the lovely folks at Big Frog in Novi. Just stop in, tell them we sent you, and they will print a Woodward Sports t-shirt on the spot in their lovely printing presses over at the Big Frog in Novi. Go to Big Frog Novi today, get yourself a free t-shirt, or visit them online at bigfrog.com/Novi today.
All right, we're back here on the Morning Woodward Show. Terry, I have to ask you a few questions today.
I'm ready.
The first one being, what is your favorite memory of being a Detroit Lions fan, or just even at Ford Field / the Silverdome?
All right, let me I'm not a Detroit Lions fan.
Oh, you're not?
I am not.
Excuse me.
Yeah, he's a media member.
I'm a Detroit Lions observer.
Yep.
And probably the most fun I ever had involving the Detroit Lions was 1991, the playoff game, when they beat Dallas, because it was so thorough, it was so loud, it was just so decisive, and it's just something that obviously I've never seen and nobody's ever seen since. So, and I'm going to describe some of the other things as frustrating, where I thought as a media member, was tough on the team, maybe unfair. The Green Bay playoff game was Sterling Sharp all alone in the secondary and nobody covering him. This is the most dangerous man in the stadium. You lose him in the secondary, he catches the ball, nobody's near him, and Green Bay denies the Lions there's the opportunity to win their second playoff game. I think that was 93 and 94. So that was probably the highlight, and then the most frustrating, because for me, you get to ask questions of players right afterwards. And so you're talking to people in the secondary. First guys I come up to, I said, what coverage you in? They said cover 2. And then I go to some other guys, I said, you guys are in cover 2, what happened? He said, oh, no, we were in cover 3. So, but that is the Detroit Lions in a nutshell. They didn't even know, their coaching staff didn't even tell or communicate to them properly what coverage you're going to be in to cover the most dangerous man in football at that time, Sterling Sharp. He was at least the most dangerous guy in the Silverdome that day.
I think the only good memory I have since I've been alive, I would say, is the Matthew Stafford Cleveland Browns game.
The messed up shoulder. Yeah, I think that moment, probably the best one, because they never won a playoff game, right? Never won a division. No.
So there was nothing ever to celebrate outside of an ass whooping against New Orleans and an ass whooping against the Seahawks. So definitely Stafford's heroics. That for me is one I'll never forget. Megatron's record-setting day against, it was Dallas. I mean, I think he went up for almost 300 yards receiving. It was ridiculous. Obviously his single season record, that was nice, for most yards in a season by a receiver. So it's nothing but good, but the majority of the bad, the Ndamukong Suh stomp leaves a bad taste in my mouth. I didn't like it at all. I thought that is same old Lions. Like, you just can't get out of your own way.
And then he lied afterwards.
Oh, of course. The 0-16 team, we don't need to address that. That wasn't the best. One of the more awful ones was the game against Cincinnati. The game against also Green Bay, Jim Caldwell's first year. The playoff game against Dallas. 4th and 1. Opponent, 42, 43 yard line. You don't go for it. When you're up, oh my God. Like, a lot of bad, not many good. What's your worst one? Your worst memory of the Lions?
I think it was the Sterling Sharp touchdown catch in the playoffs, because I was mad at myself a little bit because I was getting signals during the Wayne Fontes era from players that they were poorly coached, and I ignored it because they were winning. So I'm like, how can you be poorly coached and you guys are winning 10 11 games? But players wouldn't say it, but they would give you little hints like, we're getting bad coaching.
What about, do you remember the Aaron Rodgers infamous Hail Mary?
I remember that, and because Jim Caldwell said, I thought they were going to do that back and forth type thing.
Oh my God! Wow, I have not heard that in years.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, you just reminded me of something that is comical.
And you know what? Every Lions coach, and so far it hasn't happened with Dan Campbell, hopefully it'll never, they become lionized. You had Bobby Ross going, whoomp, 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 whoomp. You had Jim Caldwell saying that back and forth sort of thing. You had way back in the day, Darryl Rogers. What's the guy got to do to get fired around here? There's just been so many mishaps. You had the Marty Morningweg and the motorcycle storming out of practice like he was making a statement.
How about another good moment was the Matthew Stafford Dallas Cowboys goal line situation. Fake spike.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good one. I'm trying to think of some good ones. There weren't many. Kevin's it was Kevin. God, I'm such an ass. I'm pretty sure his name was Kevin Jones. His rookie season. That was pretty fun to watch. It wasn't Kevin Smith, was it?
Jones.
It was Jones. Yeah, I got it right.
But the other thing that you didn't get to experience was every time Barry Sanders touched the ball, you didn't know what was going to happen. So a lot of his runs were breathtaking. A lot of his runs were memories. And in fact, back then, when you talk to Lion fans, well, why do you go see the Lions? Well, I'm not going to see the Lions. I'm there to see Barry Sanders.
I told you the story of Thanksgiving Day.
Oh, when your dad got
when my
rid of your
dad
tickets?
had tickets against the Colts, and that was the day Peyton Manning threw like 5 or 6 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
Sold those tickets before we could go to the game. Me and my brother were crying. We were so upset. 10 minutes into the game, Lions are getting slaughtered. I'm like, you know what, Daddy made a good decision.
Right.
Way to be.
We need to see that.
One of the more, I'll tell you what, it's the most depressing, like, moment in my life, like, ever. Like, where I just said, I have no hope anymore. It was game 1, Matt Patricia era against the Jets.
Oh.
Because the roller coaster that game gave you, like, just, you're inside of Ford Field, Monday Night Football, Sam Darnold, first throw, pick 6. And I believe it was Darius Slay who got it, yes?
I believe
I could be wrong. But long story short, it was a pick 6. Ford Field was going bananas, up 7-0. Matt Patricia came to town, the defensive guru. The Lions are going to be good again. Oh, my God. Within 3 minutes, the Jets answered. And then the Jets put up 40-plus points with a rookie quarterback that year. And that season, if I remember correctly, the Jets never scored more than 28 points ever the rest of the season. They scored 40-plus against the Lions week 1. And I remember that game. It's just like, this project's not going to work.
No.
There's no chance.
And I've seen the Lions lose to Chris Winkie when he had to come into the game. It was a scrub. What was the guy at Green Bay? Oh, man. The Lions got him a contract because he was a Philadelphia and he beat them. And then he got a big contract with the Green Bay Packers. There's been a lot of disasters. But as far as the good, there's not much good. But what happens because of that, for a while, people celebrated Thanksgiving. The Lions had big wins on Thanksgiving. And so the fan base incorrectly thought this. They said the Lions always win on Thanksgiving. That was never true. They actually have a losing record on Thanksgiving. And at the height of when we thought they were doing well at Thanksgiving, they had a 500 record. So what you do is you celebrate wins here and there. I remember they finally, under Matt Millen, it looked like they were going to go 0-16 and didn't. They won a game against the Washington Redskins. And to me, this was embarrassing for me to be from Detroit. They beat Washington to go 1-8. And people, I was at the game, so I was leaving the game. People were diving into the fountains downtown because they were so happy to see this team win. I just don't get it. I don't get
this
how you
happened
celebrate.
last season. I mean, let's not forget, right? This was I want to say they were 0-9-1 when they won their first game against Minnesota. Mm-hmm. And you saw what happened in the locker room. They were...
Yes.
And I get it. I mean, you're not trying to go out there and lose every game, right? And let's be honest, you would prefer your head coach to get his first win in the first few weeks of the year than week 11, 12, or 13. But,
right.
You know, that was a very similar celebration, right? People,
and you know what Sheila Hamp said to Dan Campbell? Isn't this wonderful? No. And you know what? If I was Dan Campbell, here's what I would have said. No, it's not. I apologize for getting your first win in November. I apologize for us not being 1-0 rather than 1-8-1 or wherever we was. I would have apologized because I'm not here to win a football game in November. I'm here to win a championship, and obviously not going to be able to deliver that to you.
Something that fans got at the Silver Dome that they've never had at Ford Field is hosting a playoff game.
Yes.
And that's something.
And they've done it twice.
I think that will be one of the more, I would say, one of the greatest atmospheres actually you'll ever see from a Detroit Lions crowd. Would be the first playoff game hosted at Ford Field. And the only way you host a playoff game, Terry, is
you got to win your division.
Funny how things work out.
Yes.
We'll take a quick break. When we get back, Malcolm Rodriguez getting lots of love and attention, not only at practice, but even here on the network from the Woodward Heavyweights. We'll talk that, Terry. Expectation time, we'll have to wait and see. But before we go, Fish, our good friends over at Big Boy.
Ah, yes. Big Boy is here. You can go to lunch in a few hours. Go to Big Boy. Ciabatta, summer salad, hand dip shakes, all at Big Boy. Try the Chicken Club, chicken cordon bleu, sunrise ham and cheddar, all on our lovely grilled ciabatta breads. Or keep it light, the Michigan apple, chicken Caesar, or Greek salad. Don't forget to cool off with a nice hand-dipped cookies and cream ooh-wee shake, or the strawberry shake. You heard it here first. Summer just got better at Big Boy.
Fellas, let's be honest. We like things to be easy. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Life is full of hard choices. We're here to make one of life's biggest decisions as simple as possible. My name is Christina Gennari, and for over 20 years, I've helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes. We cover all of Metro Detroit and more, from large luxury homes to starter homes. We will work hard to make sure that you get the home of your dreams. So if you're in the market today or even thinking about buying or selling in the future, make the obvious choice. Christina Gennari, the obvious choice in real estate. Visit us at soldchristina.com today.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
All right, we're back here on the Morning Woodward Show. Thank you to all of you who are watching right now. Terry, Malcolm Rodriguez getting a lot of love and attention. A lot of heads turning at camp. A guy who's hitting the holes, hitting the blocks, doing a hell of a job, at least in run defense. a bit shorter, right? Not as fast as you would prefer, but with this linebacking core, you see him making a good run at probably getting a starting gig.
I say he better. He better, because I've heard so much about Malcolm Rodriguez, and my frustration is every few years the Lions try to pump up some dude that was drafted late, and then you don't hear from him. So Malcolm Rodriguez is getting so much love that he needs to be in that starting lineup. He needs to be a contributor, or else that's going to be upsetting to me, because he's getting so much pub about how great he is. If he's great, then he should be in that lineup. He should be helping this team. And I'm not saying helping the team win, but being a contributor, because I don't think they're going to have a winning season this year.
Look, he's what you would call a football player, right? That's
Yes.
a guy that you want to have on your team. He is a bit undersized. That's why he fell in the draft. But I think he will get a run for his money during the season. I don't know if it's at the start, but it will come eventually for him. I think he's going to leapfrog Derek Barnes. He's going to leapfrog Jared Davis, which isn't saying much, but that's where the Lions' linebacking core is. Do I expect him to be great? I mean, we'll put it this way. What's the definition of great? A top 10 linebacker in the league in the next 2 years?
I'm not looking for greatness. I'm looking for
productivity.
Good. Be productive. Be someone that is responsible for what happens on the field. Be someone that makes some plays now and then. Be someone that when it's time to show what this team is all about, that he's good enough to be on the field. That he's good enough to contribute. I'm not looking for great, but do something.
Well, he's being hyped up that way.
Oh,
right?
he is.
And one of the things I hope all of you consider, and you know what? I can't believe I'm doing this, but I am going to defend not only the linebacker position, but specifically Jeff Okudah at the corner position.
Okay.
Can't believe I'm doing this. So we need to understand that in today's NFL, you can't guard anybody as a corner, right? So when Jeff Okudah likely comes out and starts the year and is beat a few times, hopefully nothing big down the field, but you know what? He's going to get beat. Jalen Ramsey gets beat. They all get beat. Why? It's today's game, all right? This isn't 10, 15, 20 years ago. Different
what the
time,
NFL wants.
right? You know, it's funny, Terry, in the early 2000s, what were some of the most important positions on defense? Linebacker and corner, right? You wanted your Brian Urlacher, your Ray Lewis, your Zach Thomas, your Derek Brooks. You wanted one of those linebackers, Peter Boulware. You wanted one of those guys.
And I will say that a position that was important, that was underrated, was safety.
Yes.
Because the safety could just haul off and blast anybody.
Absolutely. The middle of the field was free reign for a safety. They
Right.
could do whatever they wanted. Right? You had your, what was his name? The Colts safety. God. Bob
Ed Reed?
Sanders?
Oh,
No,
Bob
Bob Sanders.
Sanders,
There
that's
was
right.
Ed Reed with Baltimore, yep. Troy Polamalu. There were exceptional safeties.
And
Game
we had a
changed.
good one here, Benny Blades.
Yep.
So they
Games
moved in
changed.
the linebacker.
Games changed. And for Malcolm Rodriguez, let's say I give you the ultimate ceiling he reaches it all. What does that mean? Could he be Darius Leonard? I don't know about that. But how relevant was Darius Leonard his first few years in Indianapolis before they upgraded the secondary and before they added a suitable pass rush? He was amazing. You recognize the talent, but it's relevant.
Correct.
You need a pass rush, and you need secondary players to support the pass rush and the linebackers, etc., etc., etc. And can Malcolm Rodriguez be out there guarding tight ends, guarding the slot receivers? No, he's not going to be there. He's going to be there for run support, I think, initially, But I wouldn't overhype a guy that... I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Malcolm Rodriguez is going to be one of the better linebackers in the NFL. If that is the case, and you get that in the 6th round, God bless you, Brad. God bless you. God bless all of you who are saying that he's going to be that. Great on you. I don't see it in today's NFL. I
just want him to be one of the better linebackers on the Detroit Lions.
Which I think he's capable of being. Is that fair?
That's fair. But I want to see it. I don't want to hear it. I don't hear all this hype. I want to actually see this guy contribute. And you brought up Jeff Okudah. I'm going to say it here. I could be absolutely wrong. I think Jeff Okudah is going to have what I consider a breakout season. Shutdown corner? No, because like you said, it doesn't happen. But a guy that's going to contribute, a guy that's going to be pretty good, a guy that's going to be in the lineup, and a guy that's going to stay healthy for once. And I'm basing this on a hope and a dream, and I'm basing it on a new philosophy with his coaching staff. And I'll keep my fingers crossed.
Yeah, look, with Jeff Okudah, I'm not going to put that expectation. All right? The truth is, he was the number 3 overall pick by a regime that didn't do a good enough job at scouting and developing their own talent. He was selected number 3 overall, and nobody bothered, and this isn't hindsight, you can go back, nobody bothered to ask one simple question. Where did Jeff Okudah play? And no, this isn't the Ohio State quarterbacks don't work. No. Where did he play? Ohio State. Where does Ohio State play, Terry?
In Columbus.
And what conference do they play in?
The Big Ten.
And in the Big Ten, what are they notorious for on offense?
Just run that football, brother. And have good tight ends.
And it's funny to me that some of the best corners in the NFL come out of the Pac-12, the Big 12. Or excuse me, the Pac-10. Hell, I'm losing my mind.
Pac-10. You can call it the Pac-14 for all I care. I don't care.
Regardless, they come from the SEC. Why? Why? Because players like Patrick Surtain have to guard Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase. Players like that playing at LSU, Alabama, Florida. Kyle Pitts at Florida last season. You get legitimate talent at the wide receiver position.
For right now, for what we see, what is Jeff Okudah's strength?
Tackling.
And
what do you associate that with?
Supporting the run.
Yep.
Which, by the way, is what the Big Ten is known for. Funny how that works.
That's a simple football 101 question where I stand there and I say, what was Jeff Okudah responsible for in college? Man coverage with Chase Young on his defensive line. And his worry most of the time was nothing because Ohio State was up 30, 40 points a game. Mm-hmm. And they were running the table most of the year. And for the few games that he had to play against Iowa, Michigan, whoever it may be, those were run the football teams. And then when they threw, they weren't proficient at throwing the football. So you're not going to be tested. And look, Jeff Okudah at the end of the day will never be worthy of a top 3 overall pick. Sorry. He can go out and get 3 picks this year. He can go out and get 5 the following. What does that mean? Do you know what you have to be to justify that pick? You have to be Champ Bailey, Deion Sanders. Hell, even Darrelle Revis. Hell, I would even accept Jalen Ramsey. Can he be that? He hasn't shown it yet. He just hasn't. I like this comment.
He's never, ever going to live up to that pick. And I've given up on that. But I still think because of the scheme, because of the atmosphere, that he could be a guy that fits. He can be a guy that helps. But in the back of your mind, and Lion fans are going to bitch about this all year, well, yeah, he's playing well, but not worth the number 3 pick. He's not going to reach that. It's like Eric Ebron. No matter what Eric Ebron did, he was not going to warrant the number 8 pick with the Detroit Lions. Now, he could go somewhere else and warrant being released by the Lions, and fans are not talking about him being a high first-round draft pick. They'll only talk about that here And not only did Lion fans not get over it, Eric Ebron couldn't get that out of his head too. That's why he was a disaster here, but played better in Indy.
There is a comment in the chat I do want to address, if you don't mind, Terry. And it's from Great Lake Ruler, friend of the show. Always in here every morning. Definitely see him. He says Goff is the weakest link and the biggest issue. Only stupid Lions fans don't see it or believe it. And y'all bash Akuda to hell, though. All right, Great Lake. I like you. You're here every morning. But this is a show that I'm a part of. Terry, we host the show together.
We do.
So, am I allowed to say whatever I feel?
You know what? I will stand down. Do your thing.
Am I allowed to say what comes to my mind?
It's America.
All right, Great Lake, you are what? Congratulations, by the way. You are officially the dumb fuck of the day on the Morning Woodward Show. And I'll tell you why, buddy. Are you ready for this? I don't think you are. Once Anthony Lynn was removed, and once the Lions came off the bye week last season, Jared Goff threw 11 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 111 passer rating. He had a 70% completion percentage. Oh, and he led you to 3 straight home wins. Excuse fucking me. Jared Goff is the least of this team's problems, especially when you compare him to Jeff Okudah. Jeff Okudah hasn't played a fucking game in over a year. Jeff Okudah, when he's played, has gotten fucked on the field. That's what Jeff Okudah has done for you. He's done nothing, actually. He's about as useless as Avila is to you right now. So until Jeff Okudah goes out there and gives me a run of games like Jared Goff has given me, do me a favor. Shut up.
Now, for the sane part on this here. I don't know what you've been listening to, but most Lion fans say that Jared Goff is a bridge quarterback. It is something the Lions cannot say right now, but in the back of their minds, they know he's a bridge quarterback. Why didn't they draft? Yeah, people are saying that, and you act like everybody's praising them. The Lions have to say good things about every player on their roster.
What would you prefer this year, huh? What would you prefer? Mason Rudolph as your quarterback? Jared Goff is a good bridge. What's the definition of a bridge? Last I checked, don't you all want Dan Campbell to work out?
Yes.
I would imagine you would all love for him to be one of, if not the best coach in Lions history, and he has an 8, 9, 10-year run here. If you want that, he needs a bridge quarterback. Because if you put him out there with Tim Boyle or David Blau, you're going to win 2-3 games again. And then you're going to sit here at the end of the season crying, oh my God, he's just as bad as Hugh Jackson. We got to get rid of him. Shut the hell up. Except he's a bridge quarterback. Except he has an expiring contract over the next few years. Except that his market value is relatively nothing. And that if he plays well over the next year, or 2, dare I say, while you sit your future rookie quarterback, you can either trade him or you just let him go for relatively no cap hit. It is a win-win situation for the Lions. And if he goes out and sucks this year, great. There's your scapegoat. You go draft your rookie quarterback, and then you put your head coach on the clock.
Or you sign a veteran quarterback. That is a possibility. Because people are moving all over the league. Quarterbacks are moving from team to team. I think teams get frustrated with quarterbacks who are even good, and they could come here and help the Lions.
Insane. We're going to take a quick break. When we get back, Terry, I want to continue a few things regarding the Lions. Jared Goff specifically, what his future looks like with this team, and when you think, and of course myself, Brad Holmes should pull the trigger on a certain individual. We'll get to that in just a bit. But before we go, Fish, could you tell everybody at home about our good friends over at the Academy of Warren?
Sure. It is August, which means school starts soon. Interesting. Brand new state-of-the-art sports dome field house that has regulation-sized basketball court, volleyball court, soccer field, and you can play good old 7-on-7 football. That is Academy of Warren, kindergarten through 8. grade that features AM/PM latchkey, small classroom size, learning suite, futuristic media center, free breakfast and lunch, academy games, and K through 8 athletics. Enroll today at academyofwarren.net.
It took exploring 50 different formulas and hosting countless taste tests, but we believe Gypsy Vodka is the smoothest vodka on the market. Don't believe us? Ask the owners.
We're Mike and Adam Kazanowski with High Five Spirits Distillery. We're in close to about 1,200 locations throughout Michigan. We wanted to create a brand that was geared more towards freedom, love, adventure, and at the end of the day, we really wanted to tell a story that inspired other people to take risks, follow their dreams, whatever that might be.
Hey, it's Scott from the Woodward Bet Show. Finally, it's football time. Listen, we're fired up about it. We're going to talk about it at 4:30 of the Woodward Bets YouTube page. Hey, listen, you also got to get over to that app store and download oddstrader.com. It's got live scoring, play-by-play updates, and the best place to check all the odds at the sports books right in the palm of your hand. But hey, it's football day. Hall of Fame game tonight. Listen, if you're going to bet the preseason, just bet the under. That's all I'm looking at. oddstrader.com, Woodward Bets. Check it out.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show, 8:47. Thank you for tuning in this morning. Appreciate all of you. If you're on YouTube watching us live right now, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure you drop a like on the video. Terry?
Yes, sir.
Before we continue the Jared Goff conversation, I have a legitimate question for you regarding Brad Holmes.
Okay.
I believe we both like him a lot.
Yes.
I think we both respect him. I think we both believe and can see he's doing a very good job so far. And we've had this conversation. Already the best GM in Lions history, not even close. Sad, but the truth.
Bam, you're learning. I love that.
But what are the two decisions, if I were to ask you, what are the two decisions you can't mess up as a GM?
Coach and quarterback.
Has he made those decisions yet?
He has not.
And my question to you is, when does he pull the trigger? And not on the coach, because I'm not even concerned with the coach right now. But I think we all agree Jared Goff is not the long-term answer here.
That is correct. I think Brad Holmes would tell you that if he's away from the cameras, and I think he would agree with that.
And the question I have regarding the situation at quarterback is, what is the realistic expectation and timeline for Brad Holmes to pull the trigger? Whether it's trading up or allowing a quarterback to fall to him, where he moves and gets his quarterback in the first round of an NFL draft.
11 months from now.
So this upcoming draft.
Brad Holmes needs to identify where first of all, I'm not convinced he's going to do it with a rookie quarterback. Because rookie quarterbacks, you're going to lose that first year. And so if the Lions progress like people believe they are, he may go with a vet. He may try to find a vet. He may try to pull a trade. He may try to sign a free agent. So I'm not 100% convinced it's going to be a rookie quarterback. I think it's going to be, but wouldn't bet the house on it. Now, here's what he needs to do. He needs to figure out, first of all, we got to let the season play out. We don't know how good or bad the Lions are going to be. We don't know what their draft position is going to be. But he is in a position, if the Lions are pretty good, he's in a position to use 2 first-round picks to trade up. And he may not get the number 1 quarterback, but maybe gets the number 2 and number 3.
Whatever it is, 1, 2, 3, or 4, as long as it's his quarterback, right?
Correct.
Because he's making that investment. And, we'll get to this later with the whole Stephen Ross Miami Dolphins issue and how they had a first-round pick taken away from him. But that matters, man. Imagine the Bengals without a first-round pick last season.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't have Jamar Chase. Imagine the Lions without one when we drafted Penei Sewell.
Right.
Like that.
And Aiden Hutchinson.
We'll get to that later, but the point is that first-round pick is everything. That quarterback is everything. You need a quarterback. And when he pulls the trigger, I'm with you. I think it's this draft. Having said that, though, I think there is a 2-year runway for him to make that decision. I don't believe Jared Goff is going to stink the bed to the point where you must move on immediately. You're not happy. It's a disaster. I don't see that. It's tough for me to see that happening. What I think is this is a 6, 7, 8-win football team. Somewhere between that range. I think confidently 7. I think they have to hit the over. You're going to see progress with Campbell. You're going to see progress with Goff. Goff. And you're going to ask yourself, Terry, at the end of the year, what's our ceiling? Well, he played well enough for us to make a push for the wild card. We're going to make a few key additions in free agency. We're going to add more players in the draft. I actually want to make a run at this division with Goff before I give up on him. So instead of drafting a quarterback or moving up in the draft, I'm going to maneuver and go all in on the defensive side, or maybe get him more help. Who knows? If TJ Hawkinson just doesn't work out, you need to grab a tight end in the 2nd or 3rd round. Who knows? But you're probably going to go all in on defense, both in free agency and in the draft. And if that's the case, well, then 2024 would be the draft. You look to get a quarterback with Brad Holmes. And I think that's realistic. I could totally see a scenario where at the end of the year, Terry, the conversation isn't we're running Jared Goff out of town or we need a franchise quarterback. The conversation is we want a franchise quarterback. We need one. Will there be one available to us in this draft? And if there isn't one, I think they have the runway with this team to address it in 2024. But the big but in that is if you take him in 24, there's no sitting him for a year. He goes out and plays. And will they be ready for that?
Rather do it in 23 then. I'd rather have that guy, even if he's not playing, 1 year in my system, 1 year with my coaches, 1 year maybe of getting some training or some advice from Jared Goff, although it appears that he's not interested in doing that. It gives you a year to work on Jared Goff to say, hey, can you mentor this dude a little bit? So I'd much rather do it in 2023. I think the quarterback class is going to be better. It's going to be, how about it's going to be good? I don't know what it's going to be in 2024. There's some people who believe that the Lions are going to ride with Jared Goff for the next 8 years because they didn't draft a quarterback this year. There was nobody, guys. There was nobody. Forget, Malik Willis and Pickett and everything.
God.
You
Kenny
guys
Pickett's
fell
losing
in
out
love
to
with
Mason
these guys.
Rudolph right now in camp.
Yeah.
That's like one of the more depressing things I've had to deal with in my life. I had to see a therapist because of Ryan Armani and Tom Mazaway. I really did. And easy.
Why do you listen to those guys?
I don't listen. It's not that I listen, right? I think the way I think. I know what I know what my feelings are on certain things. Having said that, every day, harping, even Corey, the Malik Willis thing, like, I don't understand that you want to talk about miserable Lion moments. The months leading up to the draft, some of the worst of my life. I had to hear people calling for a fucking I'm trying not to swear. A safety,
doggone safety.
A god dang safety. And number 2, a mother effing quarterback who nobody talked about. Malik Willis. We want him number 2 overall. Doesn't get drafted till the end of the 3rd round. Safety at number 2. The guy just got smoked by a white dude in camp. I can't. Some of the more depressing times in my life.
There are faster Caucasians now than there were a few years ago. Our white friends are running better. So you can't say that.
Oh, God. It drives me nuts.
When you see the United States sprinters line up, and this is the final heat, we're seeing white guys in there now.
I know, but
they're not winning
even,
yet. But
even this year,
The conversation was, if Aiden Hutchinson fell to 2 some way, somehow, we shouldn't take him. We should go quarterback or safety because it's quote-unquote a deep pass rushing draft. Like, I swear to God. I'm done. I can't do this.
They were correct about that. There was a deep pass rushing draft, but you don't pass on Aiden Hutchinson.
You know what? Yeah, what was it? The Jeff Okudah draft. That was a deep quarterback class. We should have passed on Burrow #1 overall as Cincinnati. How dare you, Cincinnati? There was Tua. There was Justin Herbert. Jalen Hurts. Lots of quarterbacks. Should have taken Okudah #1 overall.
But get the quarterback.
Jesus Christ. You get the best player at that position. That's what your job is. You get the best player always. God. Look, if there wasn't legal ramifications for smacking coworkers upside the head.
Are we going to have to get you nitroglycerin pills?
Didn't D-Mac smack Easy with a chair?
That was fake, man.
Well, D-Mac did smack somebody around here for a promo. Knocked the man's tooth out.
Oh, Isaac, I'm so sorry about that. That wasn't a smack. That was a punch.
That was a punch. That was real.
Hook to the face.
That was legitimately real. Isaac had to go see a dentist after his tooth was knocked out. So that wasn't fun. Sorry,
and you did
Isaac.
that through glass.
Well,
that was through plexi.
Yeah,
I think.
plexi.
Right, yeah.
So we got real stuff going on around here.
We do.
Unreal. All right, here we go.
They asked me if I wanted to do it. He said, you got to be kidding me. Hell no.
Yeah, don't do that, Terry Foster.
It's got to be somebody young and dumb.
Like me.
Like you. Could have done it to you so you could get your chiclets all over the floor.
Yeah, look, at the end of the day, the Lions did what they did. I think they were very fortunate again. And nobody... I feel like I'm the only one who thinks this way. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think there is a fortunate side of the NFL draft we don't talk enough about. Right? So, Patrick Mahomes, Deshaun Watson. You know how many teams passed on those players? 9. Technically 10 if you include pick 11, because they were picked 10 and 12. And a team was willing to trade out of 10 with Kansas City for relatively not much. And it really goes to show you that when you have the right people in charge, they can see the talent. They see how it fits. And when you're able to let 3 teams take a quarterback, let 2 teams take generational type wide receivers, let the 6th team take a Jalen Waddle, and then somehow, some way, a generational tackle is sitting there for you at 7, that's fortunate. That's not skill. That's being fortunate. And the Lions, so far, in my opinion, have been very fortunate under Brad Holmes. And that's not a bad thing. That doesn't discredit him. That means he is positioning his football team in areas and spots for them to succeed. And that's all you can ask for.
See, I think Deshaun Watson may have dropped to the 2nd round if not for Dabo Swinney. Dabo Swinney was getting all these calls from NFL teams, and essentially they were telling him they didn't think he could perform at a high rate in the National Football League. So Dabo Swinney came out and said, guys, you're wrong. He's a generational player. He's going to be the Michael Jordan of the NFL. And he still fell a little bit, but I think that stopped the slide for Deshaun Watson into the 2nd. I'm not going to say 3rd round, but at least the 2nd round.
Yeah.
Because the NFL was like, he's a running quarterback. His arm's not that good, blah, blah, blah. Dabo said, you guys are wrong.
Well, speaking of college coaches, Nick Saban said Alabama were in a rebuild last year.
Correct.
Now, keep in mind, Bama won the SEC, and we're in the college football playoffs. So what that means for college football this season we'll get to in just a bit. But before we go, I got to tell you about the official studio sponsor of the Woodward Sports Network, and that is our great friends over at Planet Fitness. Get to a Planet Fitness near you. $0 down, $10 a month. Your fitness is essential. Judgment-free zone, of course, so you can work out feeling good, feeling confident, and getting yourself into shape. If you haven't already, visit a local Planet Fitness near you or planetfitness.com.
at work, and at home. We're there with smarter security solutions, featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
When you need apparel, there's only one place to go. Big Frog in Novi. With no setup fees, no artwork fees, no minimum, and a 24-hour turnaround, you can have your whole team outfitted in no time. Embroidery, direct-to-garment, vinyl, and screen printing, Big Frog has it all in all the styles you want. So whether it's a sports team, fundraiser, school event, or corporate needs, Big Frog is your one-stop destination. Visit bigfrog.com/Novi or call 844-4-BIG-FROG.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
Alrighty, Alta, where uptime matters. Our lovely friend at Alta Equipment has everything you need to get a project done. You got a big project coming up this week or next week or before the summer ends. You want to make sure winter time doesn't F you up. Well, go to Alta. They have a big project going on. Alta Rent has you covered. Call them today, 844-GO-TO-ALTA today. That's 844-GO-TO-ALTA today. Uptime matters.
All right, we're back here on the Morning Woodward Show. Terry, Nick Saban said Alabama were in a rebuild last year. Now, their definition of rebuild is a bit different than what most people's definition of a rebuild is.
Tell me about it.
What can we expect from Alabama? And you know what? He actually makes a good point because it was Bryce Young's freshman year, right? Mm-hmm. Will Anderson is not eligible for the draft last year either.
Correct.
They are stacked at wide receiver. They're not going anywhere.
And they're both coming back. And they got a wide receiver from Georgia.
Yep. So, I mean, he's technically not wrong. Because they're bringing back the best quarterback in college football. They're bringing back the best linebacker in football. They're bringing back one of the best wide receiving cores in the NFL. Like, that is something.
That is something. And also, I think when Nick Saban does it, Nick Saban's only job is to win a national title. He doesn't care about anything else. So, they didn't win the national championship. Georgia was the better team. He's going to be pissed off, and he's going to make these players pay for every practice this year. Y'all MFs better win this thing this year. Yeah, I think he's going to be hard on them. And he's thinking last year was a rebuild.
God, I would take a rebuild every year. To me, this is telling me
there's just no way Alabama loses the national title this year.
Not even that. There's no way Alabama falls off until he walks out.
Mm-hmm.
It's that simple. You know, we've seen it with some historic programs, even Bob Stoops, right? What was it, Mac Brown at Texas? You saw the decline as they I don't see him declining. I see him leaving on top or making a college football playoff. There's no in between. There's no lesser than that. Nick Saban is going to continue to be able to recruit at a level nobody else really can. And there's a reason why he's dominated college football. But Terry, my question to you is, what does post-Saban look like? Is it a Urban Meyer, Ryan Day situation where whoever takes over is going to be handed a great product, or, hey, it's Alabama, but it's really Nick Saban, and if Nick's not there,
the toughest job in sports is taking over a legend, and I think it's safe to say Nick Saban has is a legend. Now, the last time Alabama was great, Bear Bryant. The guy that took over him was Ray Perkins. Ray Perkins was an all right coach, but he couldn't keep Alabama relevant. He wasn't the right guy. Who would have been the right guy after Bear Bryant? Nobody. Now, who's going to be the right guy after Nick Saban? It's going to have to be a high-profile coach that recruits already know. And he's got to be the right fit with Alabama. He's got to be willing to. He's got to be willing to go sling in the mud a little bit. not do things the right way. He's got to. He doesn't have to be a prick like Nick Saban, but he's got it. The thing that Nick Saban does very well is he's got everybody in his roster is high profile, but he keeps them sheltered. He keeps them out of the news as much as he can because of where they play and who they are. So they're going to have to find somebody like that. But once again, when you look at history, the guy that replaces a legend struggles.
And you know, it's funny. This is why I really don't see a dip. 2021. You ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
This is more powerful, in my opinion, than money. First round picks in 2021. Jalen Waddle, Patrick Surtain, Devontae Smith, Mac Jones, Alex Leatherwood, and Najee Harris. 6 players last season. The year prior, 4. Tua, Jedrick Willis, Henry Ruggs, Jerry Jeudy. The year before, Quinnen Williams, Jonah Williams, Josh Jacobs. The year before, Mika Fitzpatrick, Darren Payne, Rashawn Evans, Calvin Ridley. The year prior, Marlon Humphrey, Jonathan Allen, O.J. Howard, Reuben Foster, Ryan Kelly, Amari Cooper, C.J. Mosley, Clinton Dix, D. Milner, Julio Jones. I mean, Dre Fitzpatrick, Dante Hightower. First round picks, Alabama, you associate it. I commit to the University of Alabama. I know Nick Saban's gonna get me taken care of. I know Nick Saban is gonna get me drafted in the first round.
Right. But when he leaves,
that's a big problem.
You're not going to be thinking, well, Alabama can make me a first round draft pick. You're still thinking, well, Alabama and Nick Saban together
Nick Saban
can make me.
And that's why I don't see the drop off.
Right.
He's 70, right?
He's 70.
Let's say he coaches 5 more years. I don't see Alabama getting to a point where they have a 6, 7, 8, or even a 9-win season. They're going to be double digits or nothing.
Correct.
And
unless he gets dementia or something like that.
It's Nick. It's just the aura of Nick, too. And I think whoever, like you said, comes into Alabama, they're going to struggle. You can even look at Michigan right now, right? When's the last time somebody had to take over for a quote-unquote legend, right? Who took over for Bo?
Bo was Gary Moeller.
That was, how would we rate success-wise? Like,
he was all right.
It was all right.
Yeah, he was solid.
After Lloyd Carr, you had, and then after what? Who was the last one? I think it was Rich Rod before Harbaugh, correct? No.
Yeah, it was Brady Hoke before Harbaugh.
Hoke. I said Hoke. Brady Hoke.
And he was not a legend.
And he was not a legend. So
they wouldn't even let him wear his little headphones.
That was weird.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Michigan way. But look, the thing I love most about not only the Nick Saban model is that, look at Ryan Day. For all his success at Ohio State, has he won a college football playoff game yet?
No.
I do want to say he maybe won one with Justin Fields. Am I wrong?
Maybe he did.
I think they did beat Clemson that year, and then they lost.
Oh, they did beat Clemson. Yes,
so I think he has one college football playoff win, multiple Big Ten titles, only one Big Ten loss, obviously to Michigan last year. He's off to a great start.
And you know, they're pissed off about that.
Oh, yeah.
We have Buckeye friends. Our neighbors are Buckeyes. My wife's one of her great friends who used to babysit our kids is a Buckeye, and she's such a Buckeye that she would go on those stupid Ohio State cruises with who would go on it? Urban Meyer would go on it, Kurt Herbstreit. She never missed it. So based on the little Buckeye circle that we speak to, they said Ohio State looked past Michigan last year. Ohio State had beaten them so many times, and because their defense wasn't up to par, that combination cost them against Michigan. But that's not happening this year. That it's going to be a good, old-fashioned ass kicking.
So since the year 2000, And just to put it into perspective with Michigan, the year 2000, 2002, 2003, 2006, 2009, 2011, 12, 13, 2015, 16, 2018. Those are all the years where a Michigan football player was not selected in the first round of the NFL draft. And it's gotten way better under Harbaugh, by the way. Under Harbaugh, you've had Jabril Peppers, Taco Charlton, Devin Bush, Rashawn Gary, Cesar Ruiz, Kwity Paye, Aiden Hutchinson, Daxton Hill. Much better under Harbaugh. But prior to that, you would go years without getting a player into the first round. Michigan under Harbaugh have actually done a much better job at developing NFL talent than they even get credit for, in my opinion. Now, the two positions that they have struggled with have been quarterback and wide receiver. And last I checked, when I read off Alabama, there was a ton of quarterbacks and a ton of wide receivers. You want to go to Clemson? You want to go to Ohio State? Be my guest. We can do this list all day. This is why the Cade McNamara, J.J. McCarthy controversy is such a big deal to me. Because the last time you had a quarterback drafted in the first round, Terry, was 1987. You know who it was? Michigan.
87. Was that Dreisbach?
Jim Harbaugh.
Jim Harbaugh.
Your goddamn
right.
head coach right now.
Right.
The last player, skill position player, drafted in the first round.
Braylon Edwards.
Braylon Edwards, 05.
Who was a star here at Woodward Sports.
Who was a star here and was a
And
star
you
in
know
Michigan.
what's in his beard?
What?
Gray. So that's a long time ago. Good kid, but he's got gray in his beard.
And why I believe that's relevant is I think for Michigan football, because look, I'm going to tell you what I think. I think Michigan football should aim and aspire to be what Ohio State has been to Michigan all these years. I think Michigan, more than anything, should want to dominate the Ohio State rivalry, yes?
True.
And I think the only way you're going to do that at the level you do it now, or the way you recruit now, is either Ohio State falls off or you get up to speed at the quarterback and wide receiver position. Michigan this year, super talented at running back. Underrated talent at wide receiver. They have nice pieces on offense. The defense, I do question. But on offense, they could really do something this year if their quarterback is capable of making those throws, making those plays. And Cade McNamara all season showed you he can't. Once every 7 games, he'll make a nice throw. Down the field, you're like, wow. And that's it. But he doesn't turn the ball over, right? 6 interceptions last year, only 15 touchdowns. You know, I'm not going to sit here and try to justify J.J. McCarthy. At the end of the day, the kid is talented. He's a 5-star recruit. He better beat out Cade McNamara. But if Cade's starting because he's a Big Ten winning quarterback,
also,
that's
J.J.
garbage.
had a bum arm.
Yep, he did have shoulder surgery.
So
that's
now
correct.
he's got to prove it now. Because prior to now, he hasn't really been able to practice.
For the sake of Michigan football, and for what I want it to become, which is as good as Ohio State in terms of recruiting and year-to-year competitiveness, I would love that for Michigan. But I think you really need to look yourselves in the mirror and say, hey, we can't keep playing offense like this. We're not going to be able to attract Biletnikoff winners. We're not going to be able to attract Heisman front runners at the quarterback position. It's not going to happen. And who knows, Donovan Edwards, Blake Corum, they might be the most dynamic backfield in all of college football this year. They might be the most explosive. What's it going to matter if teams can put 7-8 people in the box because they're not worried about Cade McNamara throwing an accurate football?
I got a homework assignment for you.
I'm listening.
Last 10 years, how many first-round draft picks came from Ohio State? How many first-round draft picks came from Michigan?
All right. I'll get you an answer by the morning.
Thank you.
Fair enough. All right, coming up.
At least by November.
Absolutely. Coming up, the NFL is appealing the Deshaun Watson ruling, and we have to discuss the Stephen Ross allegations. So that's a whole different problem. $1.5 million suspension. Terry, do you think it's good enough? We'll get to that in a second. But ladies and gentlemen,
Stephen Ross has $1.5 million in his back
that's
pocket.
like $20 for the average American, by the way. But I'll tell you what, I got to have the ultimate drink in my hand before I ask you these questions, and that's the Mulligan. The Mulligan brought to you by Gypsy Vodka, the official drink of the summer. Whether you're on the golf course or you're hanging out in the garage like I was last night having a good time with my boys, the Mulligan is your go-to drink. 8% alcohol, Gypsy Vodka, lemonade, iced tea. You know the drill. Just do me a favor and drink responsibly.
Hey, this is Mr. Kearney, Chief Academic Officer at Academy of Warren. I want to welcome you to the brand new field house. The state-of-the-art facility has a regulation basketball court, volleyball court, soccer field. It can be used for 7-on-7 football. Our K-8 academic features AM, PM, latchkey, small classroom sizes, Learning Street, futuristic media center, free breakfast and lunch, Holton Mifflin curriculum, academic games, K-8 athletics, and more. Enroll today at academywarren.net.
Ciabattas, summer salads, and dip shakes. All at Big Boy. Try a chicken club, chicken cordon bleu, or sunrise ham and cheddar. All on our grilled ciabatta bread. Or keep it light with our Michigan apple, chicken Caesar, or Greek salad. And don't forget to cool off with a frosty hand-dipped cookies and cream or strawberry shake. You heard it here first. Summer just got better.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Well, it's a little rainy out there in Metro Detroit today, but don't worry, you can still get your tan on at Chili Peppers Tanning. That's where you find the cleanest salons in the D with spotless sanitized rooms and trained certified tanning professionals. Don't forget, of course, to join the Pepper Club for all the best deals on unlimited tanning. Chili Peppers has the hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, and the darkest tans.
Chili Peppers Tan!
All right, Terry, the NFL came down hard on Stephen Ross and the Miami Dolphins, a $1.5 million fine. He is suspended from all activities at the facility for 6 months, and they are forfeiting a first-round draft pick.
And a third. Is it a third?
I'm not quite sure, but it is a first for sure.
Sure.
And that, I think they got it right. But, there is a but to this. I'm not sure where we go moving forward with Brian Flores. I don't feel I got a clear answer on what's next or what it means for him. They proved that the allegations on tanking were incorrect, right?
Well, they said that.
I know, and we can look at it and say, let's be honest, we know they were trying to tank, but at least the offering of money to tank, they discredited it. I mean,
Brian Flores claims that he documented it and sent it to officials. Now, what the Dolphins were saying, we didn't tell him to tank, but we put more of an emphasis on the draft than winning games. So you can wiggle and sniggle and snuggle your way around things with words.
Look, I think it was fair punishment. I do. I think that's about as appropriate as it can be. Is the $1.5 million anything to an owner? No, it's not. Miami Dolphins generated like $400 million almost in revenue last year. Chump change. But I think the NFL did actually a good job, considering how they've handled Ray Rice, Kareem Hunt, Greg Hardy, Josh Gordon, now Deshaun Watson. I actually think they did a good job with this one. I just don't know the answer to the Brian Flores situation anymore.
I believe they swept that under the rug because they don't. It's the one thing the NFL or no sports league wants to admit that their games were tainted. That's the worst thing. That's worse than sexual assault. That's worse than rape. That's worse than cheating on the field. They want everyone to believe that every game played was two teams doing their best trying to win that game. Now, we know that's not true, but it's something they can't admit to. So, I think the Brian Flores stuff was swept under the rug. I do believe that Stephen Ross asked him to tank games. Just the terminology of, the cute way that they said, well, no, we didn't ask him to tank games, but we put more of an emphasis on the draft than winning games. In other words, let's tank. But we can never admit that. So I think Stephen Ross deserved a little bit more punishment, only because I believe
financially or with the team. Was it enough to the point where you have to force him to sell? Like who was the individual with the Clippers? I forget his name, but he was forced to sell.
Oh, Donald Sterling.
Donald Sterling. Yep.
You can't punish Stephen Ross financially. Let's say it was $40 million. You'd be like, psh, all right, cool.
Well, then what? Do you punish him with more picks and you just hurt the team? So that's the tricky part.
He won't do it again. You have to. I think the only way you can prevent him from ever doing this again is hurting the team. Draft picks. Maybe you have to have a short coaching staff. I don't know. You can come up with something creative, but it has to be, what can we do to a billionaire to make sure he doesn't do this again? And money's not going to do it unless you fine him like $400 million, and nobody's going to do that.
CJ brings up an interesting comment. If they can't get rid of Snyder, they won't get rid of Ross.
No. And Dan Snyder was one of those owners I think most owners didn't like. They liked Stephen Ross. Stephen Ross is associated with Michigan. He is a high, he donates. He likes to have fun. So that's like one of our guys. We don't really want to punish him.
That's just tricky, man. That really is. I do think eventually Snyder will give up the team, though. I don't think it's his choice. Did you see the Washington facility, by the way? When fans showed up, not only did fans not show up to camp, did you see how poorly managed that whole field is? Like, it's disgusting.
Yes.
It looks like a farm. That's a $1 billion organization. So
it's a $1 billion organization on the decline now. And Snyder, they'll probably try to find somebody else. You're right about that. He can't own that team.
100%. And they need to, honestly, they probably need to rebrand again. The Washington, what is it, the Generals?
They are
Commanders.
Commanders, excuse me.
Washington Generals lost to the Harlem Globetrotters every year.
Yeah.
Like, I preferred the Washington football team. If anything, this is just a better excuse to get them out of Washington.
We're not in Europe. Pick a team name.
What?
We're not in Europe. Pick a team name. Football team's not acceptable.
Why?
We're in America. You have to pick a team name. 31
We're in
other
America.
teams.
We don't talk about football overseas.
31 other teams have a name. Detroit Lions, Michigan Wolverines, Washington Commanders. They have to pick a team. Sorry, not sorry. We're in America.
And the other thing, if you own a team,
in Europe.
a nickname or a mascot can sell.
Look, I know people were very upset and offended. I loved the Washington Redskins concept. I loved it. I thought it was so cool. That was one of the coolest logos, in my opinion, growing up. I thought it was a great logo, great color scheme, the red, the yellow. I thought it was beautiful. I really did. But you know what? We got to a point where that was unacceptable. It's unfortunate, but I thought the Redskins I thought it was beautiful. But I'm not offended by it, so I guess I'm super naive when I talk about it. I'm not.
I actually went to a a seminar or a discussion in Washington many years ago about the Redskins, and Native Americans were upset about two things. They said that every time they did want that logo changed. They wanted Redskins changed, but they kept reading these polls where it said that Native Americans actually liked it. And they said that was baloney. They thought what they accused pollsters of doing is finding somebody who was 1/17th Cherokee, and they said, well, it doesn't bother me. And they said that's not the true representation of Native Americans. And I talked to people who were Native Americans. They grew up on camps or whatever you want to call them, and they said, we don't want this. And so what has happened is the world has changed. People who had no rights before have rights now. They have rights to say, I don't like it. They have rights to say that I want this change. But in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 40s, whatever, if they spoke up about this, basically what America would tell them, shut up. We don't care what you think. You're the Redskins. Now things have changed where people have rights who didn't have rights before.
Is there a derogatory reference behind Redskins or no? I'm not aware of, so I'm asking.
What the thing that they kept saying was, what if we called them the black skins or the brown skins? How would you feel about that?
So the Oxford Dictionary for this, all it means is a North American Indian. That's all it says on the dictionary. Maybe I'm totally wrong.
Or you're totally right. But who came up with that dictionary? Was it Native Americans?
No, of course
or was it
not.
a white dude?
No, white dude, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, so here, I'm going to read off a quote. Traditionally, the word redskin was viewed as a synonym for Indian or Native American and did not carry any sort of negative connotation that have long been attached to ethnic slurs like chink, wetback, keek, or I'm not going to say that last one. So I find it interesting. You know, I don't know. I'm not campaigning for them to get their Redskin logo back, but I find it weird, man. Like that was something that was never, and again, nationally, that wasn't national outrage up until what, 2013, 14?
It was boiling before then. Maybe the outrage came in 14. But this has been boiling it's been boiling since the 90s. And the Redskins at that time said, no, we're not changing. And the reason they didn't want to change, one, tradition, B, that Redskins sold. So we're not getting rid of that.
That's all good. That's all good. I do think eventually Snyder needs to sell, and I think they need to rebrand that team. They need to move away from their color concept.
What would you call it? Well, I like the colors.
I don't know. It doesn't look right. Find me a team name that makes sense with that color scheme. It doesn't make sense. The Commanders? Come on.
Penguins? No.
Come on. The Penguins. Oh my God. I would kill for that.
No.
Oh my God. That would be brilliant. That would be brilliant. Coming up, we've got the
what about
top...
the Aardvarks?
Hell no. Hell no. Coming up, we got the top 5 Heisman frontrunners for the upcoming season. Owen put together a list of players he believes are going to be frontrunners. Sarah will react to it along with the list I put together. So a very interesting conversation coming up. But I got to tell you about our good friends over at Lady Jane's. Lady Jane's, to get to a local Lady Jane's near you. I got my haircut and my beard taken care of yesterday. So do yourselves a favor. Don't look like a caveman like me. Walk in anytime. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Lady Jane's. It's wicked awesome.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zaniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man. Make
sure you're listening to Woodward Sports all day long. Start your morning with the Morning Woodward Show. Spend middays with Big D Energy. Watch and listen your drive home with the Bottom Line. And don't forget about Woodward Bets Daily. All live, all right here on the Woodward Sports Network.
OddsTrader.com is the #1 site for your game day bets. Play-by-play updates, live scores, and the best price on every game from multiple sports books. Go to OddsTrader.com or download their app from the App Store right now for your best bet.
All right, we're back here on the Morning Woodward Show. Terry Foster. We are joined by Owen. Owen is our Michigan State beat reporter. Loves college football, and he put together a top 5 Heisman frontrunner list. So we'll start with Owen's list before we get to mine.
We're starting with yours?
No, we'll start with yours. We'll start
Okay.
with yours. All right. So Owen, justify to me and Terry how you came up with this list.
Well, I mean, a little bit of last year. You got top 2, obviously, were Stroud and Young. I feel like personally this year, CJ Stroud is that front runner just because of how good that offense is for Ohio State this year. I think it's going to be one of the best in the country, one of the best ever, in fact. It's just he's got so many targets to throw to, especially Jackson Smith and Jigba. That team's going to be insane to watch. And then, of course, Bryce Young, obviously coming off winning that Heisman. He's going to be right there again, either 1 or 2 once again. He's going to be leading his team to the national championship, and he's going to be playing Ohio State and CJ Stroud. So these top 2 guys are going to be playing against one another. And then at number 3, I have Will Anderson. 17.5 sacks, 34.5 tackles for loss. That's an insane stat line right there. That guy is an absolute monster. He deserves to be in that top 5. Probably should have been in New York last year. That's how good he was. I think he's going to do it again because Alabama is going to have the best defense in college football this upcoming year. And then you got, of course, Caleb Williams, transfer from Oklahoma. He's going to go to USC. That offense is going to be really good as well.
Biletnikoff winner.
Yeah, correct. He's got a ton of targets to throw to. He's got Lincoln Riley. Lincoln Riley's offense has never finished below 8th at Oklahoma for total offense in college football. So I believe they're going to be right there again. Got a ton of targets. I'm going to put him at 4. Then Beydoun Robinson, number 5. Reason why, maybe I guess some people think he's kind of low on my list, just because of the performance of Texas. I don't think Texas will be that great this year. Once again, they'll be hovering right around that 9-win mark, and that's the only thing that's going to deck them. They're going to put guys like Alabama and Ohio State players above him because of performance.
Very interesting. Very interesting. All right, so one player on this list did not make the cut for me.
Okay.
And not only one, 2.
Ooh.
2 players
Let's
on
see
here.
yours.
2 players, one of which you believe got snubbed.
You didn't put Anderson on
Will
there?
Anderson and Beydoun Robinson are not on my list.
Ooh, man.
Okay.
So before I show you my list, I'll tackle the Beydoun Robinson situation.
Okay.
If Kenneth Walker couldn't make it to New York last season, no chance Beydoun Robinson does. So we'll start there, and I think the wins losses for Texas this year aren't going to be an 11-win team like Michigan State was. I think they'll be somewhere between 9 and 10 Texas this year. They're not going to win that many games. Or I should say as many as Michigan State did. So I don't see that happening. I'm going to disregard Beydoun Robinson, even though I think he's the best back in the country. Will Anderson. Fantastic player. Fantastic season. I think this is the year you're going to see a few no-names make their way. And I wouldn't say no-names. One of them a bit is a surprise. The other is a well-known wide receiver. So I have 4 quarterbacks and 1 wide receiver on this list.
You're going to put Jordan Addison on your list, let me guess.
Alex Westphal, if you please. You got it so wrong. You're not even close.
Oh, okay.
Westphal, whenever you get a chance. Here are my top 5 in no specific order.
Yeah.
In no specific order.
Wow.
For the Heisman this season. I think Jackson Smith and Jigba is going to put up bonker numbers. Like, it's going to be ridiculous. Him, Marvin Harrison Jr., good luck taking care of that, along with another Heisman frontrunner from Ohio State and C.J. Stroud. So if I were to give you an order, it would be Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, Caleb Williams, Cade Klubnik, and then Jackson Smith and Jimba in that order. I think Cade Klubnik has the narrative. We don't talk about enough how important narrative is for the Heisman. Narrative matters. This is a kid that's going to beat out, in my opinion, DJ. I'm not even going to say his last name.
Yeah.
And if he guides Clemson to a 10-11 win season, and they win the ACC, and they make the college football playoff, he'll be in New York.
What if DJ starts the season and then he takes the starting job?
I have no problem with that. I mean, we were legitimately having a conversation last year about Caleb Williams getting Heisman recognition during his run early on. Now, when they lost that game and they were eventually eliminated and everything went to hell, but for 4 or 5 weeks, he was arguably the best player in college football. Caleb Williams was when he took over. So that can happen. That can happen. So he's my sleeper pick to end up in New York. Will Anderson, I mean, he's going to be phenomenal this year, but game's going towards offense. So
I would still put Bryce Young above Cade Klubnik if you're going to have him on your list. I don't know like how many weeks he's going to play, if he plays at all. Like, it's just how quickly of a leash Dabo has on DJ if he's not performing.
I think it's a quick one because DJ couldn't throw the damn football last season, let alone run using his athleticism. Clemson were, in a bad year, were a joke to watch.
Mm-hmm.
But in a bad year, didn't they win 10 games?
Yes.
So it was a bad year for them. And they're talented,
bad,
but the quarterback isn't what Dabo Swinney is accustomed to, in my opinion. And I think Cade provides you something much better than what DJ does. So I think he has the narrative, you name whatever you want to call it. He is, you can call it a dark horse maybe. He's my
Very
dark horse to
yeah.
sneak into New York, 100%.
Because I think you're a
first,
cute
yeah.
kid, but you think too rationally.
Oh.
The Heisman, fellas, I know you guys, I love you guys for this. You guys say, who's the best players in the nation? That's gonna be who's gonna make the Heisman finals. That's not true. It's who's going to be a very good player that gets a lot of attention and publicity. Will Anderson is gonna get that. There's a lot of people that say, how come Will Anderson didn't beat out Aiden Hutchinson last year? He was the better defensive player. So he's going to get that pub. He's going to be with maybe the best defense in the nation.
Yeah.
People are going to look at Will Anderson. They're going to go down there and write stories on him. They're going to talk to him. He's going to be in the Heisman race. He'll be one of the 5 finalists, and we'll have this discussion when, Adam?
November.
In November. We will have this discussion in November.
It's a great take. I like that take.
No, look, man. I could have easily put Will Anderson in there. I don't
Would you put him at 6 then?
No, he would be. Yeah, I mean, he's gonna start. He's gonna be a preseason top 4, top 5 favorite for the Heisman. But let's not kid ourselves. We know how college football works. It's never who it was originally. It's never there at the end. Typically, there's always 2, 3 outliers that show up and just completely surprise you.
That's true.
This kid, yes, he's a freshman, but he has the story, the narrative. The freshman to take over the job early in the season, guide Clemson to an undefeated season, ACC champions, let's say, college football playoff. It's a no-brainer. Unless he's just a game-managing quarterback, which I don't think he is. That's a different conversation. But he's
different Cade.
A different Cade. So I'd put my money there. And you know what? If you told me that J.J. McCarthy was the starting quarterback today, I would strongly consider putting him on my list.
But you wouldn't.
I don't think he'd be in my top 5. I don't think he'd be in my but he'd be 7, 8. He'd be top 10.
Would you put Corum in your top 10?
I put Donovan Edwards. I don't know about Corum. I think Donovan Edwards more than Corum. I think he's going to get a lion's share of the passes out of the backfield. I think Corum will adopt a similar role to Hassan Haskins, but he's not that powerful of a back.
Right.
But I think Donovan Edwards is the feature back this year. I do believe so. I don't think they move off.
But you know what? At Michigan, they make young guys wait their turn. They're going to give Corum the first shot. You know, if he breaks his few, he's not losing his job. I think Donovan Edwards is more talented. He has more potential. But brother man, your most potentialized guy at quarterback is not starting this year, probably. Michigan makes you wait your turn.
Sad, isn't it?
It is.
Really
Sometimes.
sad. We'll take a break. Oh, I messed up. All good. All good. Terry, you can smack me later. You can
Bam.
smack me later. Well, look, I need to hear about our good friends over at the Sports Marketing Agency, Maddie.
Yes, the Sports Marketing Agency helps spread awareness of mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast, This is the F Word, helps spread awareness of fentanyl and other addictions. Go to thesportsma.com if you are struggling or know someone who is, and let them know that Woodward Sports sent you.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house.
Hello?
Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
Detroit's downtown summer playground is back. Open all summer long, the Monroe Street Midway. Enjoy roller skating, free Wi-Fi, food trucks, art installations, and so much more. Don't forget to take advantage of the basketball court, putt-putt, and, of course, family programming all summer long. All art installations are done by Detroit artists, and it's a fun, safe event from people 1 to 100. Go to deckedoutdetroit.com.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
If you are looking for something fun to do this week or this weekend, look no further than the Foaling Warehouse in Hamtramck. That's home of the original football bowling pin game called Foaling. They've got two ways to play, $12 open unlimited play, or you can reserve a private lane for just $120. Don't forget, of course, they have a $2 mystery beer machine as well as multiple full bars. So check it out at thefoalingwarehouse.com.
All right, we're back here on the Morning Woodward Show. Terry, look, I've been to Comerica Park a few times over the last 7-8 years. I want to say only 2.
Congratulations.
Actually.
I thought you were going to tell me you didn't know where Comerica Park was.
Well, I don't know what the hell you're talking about in terms of these barbecue spots. So.
Oh, you have not been to Burt's Marketplace?
I haven't.
Okay.
I haven't.
What you need to do, and I know they're open during the week, you need on a Saturday.
Oh.
You need to get your ass out of the bed.
Yeah.
Go down to the Eastern Market. Go down to the main street, and there's Burt's Marketplace, and they're doing ribs, smoked sausages, chicken, and it's good.
Is it one of those places you got to arrive early?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's going to be a line.
Oh, yeah.
And there's going to be lots
those are
and
the
lots
good
of
spots.
meat on fire there.
How do you not? Oh, those are good spots.
So what has happened is Burt's Marketplace is now moving into Comerica Park. They're getting a little stall down there. So if it's the same food, it's going to be great. Now, let me warn you. There's a lot of great places that open up in arenas, and for whatever reason, the food is different.
Little Caesars, for example.
But Little Caesars in a good way.
Yeah, in a
Little
good way.
Caesars,
But
the pizza
at Stadium
at
is
Comerica
better, yeah.
is better than it is at the regular store. So, Adam, I encourage you. Why don't you go down to the Eastern Market this Saturday and get yourself a little basket of fruit?
He's going to say he's busy this Saturday.
I've never been to Eastern Market.
He doesn't do fun things.
Well, yeah, and that. Yeah.
You've never been to Eastern Market?
Nope, he just works. And when he's done working, he works some more. And then he sleeps.
All right, what you should do is look at it as research for work. Wonder what Eastern Market is like. Let me go down there and why don't you get yourself a little basket and fill it with fruit. Look like Little Red Riding Hood going through there. Here's what you're missing out. You're missing out on fruit and vegetables from farmers.
Yep.
You're missing out on a very good spice place. They have some good restaurant. You're missing out on Supina's Pizza, which you probably never had.
Nope, never heard of it.
Get the dark turkey meat pizza.
The dark turkey meat pizza.
Dark meat turkey.
No,
pizza is
you're
really
kidding.
good.
So it's
No
turkey
way.
on a
That's
pizza,
disgusting.
right?
Huh?
Is it the classic pizza with turkey on it?
Yeah.
If it doesn't have bacon on it, I don't want it.
Well, young lady, their dark meat turkey, which you don't like, made national news about how great it is.
That's cute.
Okay? So it's good. They've
That's
got-
like saying that pickle pizza is good from
Yeah.
Timmy Charlie's. Pickles can F off.
Oh.
Well, the pickle pizza hasn't made
I hate pickles.
national news,
That's
young lady.
It's
Pickle-
made a lot of news. Everybody here liked it.
Yeah.
Okay, is that national news? Is that just these clowns here who eat anything?
I mean, it's Woodward sports news if everyone around here was eating it and liking
I
it.
don't know. Pickles are gross.
Anyway, it made national news. You've also got a store down there where you can get any spice you want. Are you a candy man?
No.
Okay. Well, they have all kinds of candy. Are you a tea man? They have lots of tea, a wall full of tea, a wall full of coffee that you can take home.
This
and-
feels like super high maintenance shopping.
No, it's regular stuff. It's very simple. It's like in the old days, like you weren't you weren't an old European guy, even though you lived in Europe for a little bit. But imagine in Europe where you just go out and you don't go to the supermarket.
It's called exploring, Adam.
You just go
I don't have time to explore fish. Shut the
you
hell
go
up.
to
Make
the
time.
outdoor market, even though this market is indoors. You go to the outdoor market and just get your food. It's fun. And
Does
you know what
seem
else you
fun.
can do? Not only get chicken, but your chicken is alive.
Oh.
So they'll kill it for you, and that's really fresh chicken.
Do you see it killed, or do they kill in the back?
No, it's not
They,
hard.
they go in the back.
Okay.
Oh, that's not fun. My parents, my mom used to tell me stories how they used to raise chickens growing up, and they would always like cry when a chicken would go missing, but they didn't know that they were eating it.
Oh. Well, one time I went to Big Mac's house,
Big Mac.
and we had to kill chickens.
Oh.
Because they were making chicken. They were making a bunch of chickens for the neighborhood that night. And so I came in as a kid. I said, oh, look at all these live chickens.
Oh, boy.
And they said, I thought you guys were going to make chickens for the neighborhood. And they said,
We are.
I said, where are the chickens? I said, right there. The one that's going, paka, 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 paka. I'm like, damn. I'd never seen the chicken with feathers on it.
Have you ever gone to the farm and like picked out an animal and slaughtered it, or no? Like a lamb, or have you ever done that?
I've not done that.
I got to take you on an experience then.
Now, what are you going to kill?
We'll probably get a baby lamb.
But you know, lambs are so cute.
Nah, man.
You think Adam cares what's cute?
But I do. I
You
don't
think
wanna
Adam
kill a
cares
cute
about
little
your
lamb.
You're not
feelings?
gonna kill it. I'll do it. You
Yeah,
just watch.
You think?
No, I'll be responsible for it. Like one time, I went to the Eastern Market, which you've never been to.
No.
And
How do you not?
I wanted to roast a chicken.
Ooh.
And so I went down there, and I told the guy, and I looked at the little the little freezer. There was no chickens in the thing, and I was like, dude, I wanted to get a chicken and roast it. And he said, oh, we got them. We got plenty. He pointed to this cage, and there was like 20 chickens in there. He said, pick one out. We'll take care of it. I said, no, I can't do it. I said, I want the chicken already dead, and then I can eat it. I don't want to be responsible for this guy dying.
So they don't have you kill it, do they?
Yeah, they kill it.
Oh, no,
Hey,
but do they have you kill it?
No, hell
Okay,
no.
I didn't know.
I'm a customer. They don't have customers kill the chickens.
People like Adam enjoy that. So I didn't know if they'd have you kill
No,
it.
they do something. They break their neck, or they put them in. They put their faces
Are you
in
shocked that
something.
Adam likes to kill things?
No, I'm not. I'm just. But that's why I brought it up, because Adam loves you. Adam
No,
would say,
they
"Let me
took
do it,
him in the
please."
back, and all I heard was whack, 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 whack.
Damn, Tara, was really impressive. Holy hell.
And then it was done. Then you heard nothing.
That
That was
bitch
really
is dead.
good.
Wait, I'm sorry. Could you do that again?
That was really good. Mailbag coming up in just
Hold
a
on,
second.
Terry's got to do his dead
Shut the hell
chicken
up,
in front-
Fish. Shut the hell up. Mailbag coming up in just a
What the hell
second.
did I do now?
Maddie, could you tell everybody at home about our good friends at Centron?
Yes, I can. Cintron is the official energy drink of the Detroit Red Wings, and they've combined all 3 of their delicious flavors into a limited edition 6-pack sampler. So now you can try Cranberry Classic and sugar-free all in one pack. Pre-order today at cintronworld.com/Red Wings. Get energized with Cintron. Let's go Red Wings.
New to the game or a season better? OddsTrader.com has everything you need to make the right bet ahead of kickoff. Begin your handicapping journey with OddsTrader. Improve your edge by finding the best price on every game from sportsbooks in your backyard. Take advantage of the numerous sign-up bonus offers to pad your bankroll. Dive into key game statistics, player performance, and even account for the projected game day weather. Best of all, you can use the OddsTrader bet tracker to keep a log of your action. Welcome to OddsTrader, and best of luck.
Hi, I'm John from Better Rate Mortgage, and to me, family is more than blood. That's why I have the biggest family in Metro Detroit. If you're looking to buy a house or refinance and need a loan, come get treated better than family by me and our entire team here at Better Rate Mortgage. We pride ourselves on giving you better advice, better service, and a better loan experience. That's why we are Better Rate. If you're looking for a new mortgage, come get treated like family. Actually, better with Better Rate Mortgage. Visit us at mybetterrate.com or call at 248-480-4467 today.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there.
And that one Lions playoff win in 1991? Yeah, Detroit fans were there.
Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Open all summer long from Memorial Day to Labor Day, Bedrock Detroit brings you basketball, roller skating, live music, fun events, and more. Free Wi-Fi from the park so you can work. It's a great time downtown. Make sure you check it out. Summer's better at the Monroe Street Midway, brought to you by Bedrock Detroit. Mailbag time. Get your questions in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Adam, if you, Terry, and Fish have a guys' night out, where would you go? The strip club, Steve. Because we need to get Fish laid.
Well, then good luck. I'll drive you down there. Not going inside, but...
Why would you go to the strip club to get him laid? Because that's going to cost you money. Well, you know, I'd say let's just go out where there's some cuties, have some drinks, and present him and say, hey, cutie, look at this cute little guy.
Yeah, they're going to say, who the bleep is that?
Wouldn't you want
bleep
this
out
guy
of my
bouncing
area.
up and down in your lap? And she might say yes. Costs us a lot of money. I mean, it'll save us a lot of money. Don't go to the strip club.
Oh, my God.
Just go where cutie pies are.
God, Terry.
How can you say no to him?
Terry, who would you bring over for Thanksgiving dinner? Adam, Fish, or Maddie?
Oh, man. Well, I can't bring Maddie because the wife will say she's too beautiful and think there's something going on there.
Oh, that's a compliment.
Also the only person that would contribute to Thanksgiving dinner, but whatever, that's just me.
Adam supposedly is a great cook.
Supposedly.
Yeah, so we haven't seen him cook yet.
Or
we haven't...
And you know that the barbecue we were supposed to have?
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I said it. What did I say?
It's coming this summer.
Me. Everyone criticized me.
It's only August.
But,
Coming soon.
It's only August.
To a backyard near you, the Woodward Sports Barbecue.
Yeah, I criticized it and everyone looked at me like an idiot. Oh, I think it's August 4th. Still hasn't happened yet.
I don't think Fish would bring any food over.
I would bring food over. I don't know if I would eat though. Me and parties don't go well.
You probably go to Burger King and get us a couple burgers and put on there.
Hey, some of the best
I can
contributors are like people that pick up a pizza or some tacos.
Yeah, I can bring whatever you want.
Thanksgiving?
I'll bring mac and cheese. You want mac and cheese? And it won't be the easy mac, the one in the microwave.
Okay.
It'll be the proper mac and cheese.
How do you cook your mac and cheese?
Well, it depends. I've done like the Stouffer's one, where you put it in the microwave, or the Easy Mac. I've done both of them.
Okay, you're fired.
Yeah.
Stouffer's and Easy Mac are your two macaroni and cheese
That
options?
is not how you make mac and
no,
cheese,
you're
dude.
out, Fish.
That is not how you make mac and cheese.
Okay.
That's the way you make mac and cheese in home wreck.
For 2-year-olds.
Well, that's the lazy way, because I'm lazy.
Well, you can still make Kraft macaroni and cheese.
That's awful as well.
It is, but it's better than the two options he put out there.
But it's real salty.
Well, because I go for the lazy way. If I was doing Thanksgiving, I'd actually look up a recipe and make it like near homemade.
It's not that hard. It's noodles and cheese.
Pat Riley has a question. Is Fish the same off camera, or is he just playing a character? Nope, that's Fish.
Yeah.
That's what we deal with. And how we deal with it, I don't know. Just look at that thing. No, go back. Look at it. Just look at it. That's real. That's not a character. That's a thing. That's a thing that exists in this universe. It's unbelievable to me.
You guys are missing out on some good cycling, by the way.
Fish, the chat says you could easily pull off any cougar you want. I agree.
Okay.
You could. And cougars are fun.
They're a good time.
Tell
They'll show you what's up, Fish.
Okay.
You just got to be willing to tango.
Okay.
So when you give us consent, we're gonna make this happen.
All right. Well, in 2175, when I'm dead, good luck with that.
Buddy, you're gonna go your whole life without drinking
I don't know. We'll see.
or sexually getting to know somebody?
I want it to be natural. We'll see if it happens.
We're gonna let it be natural.
Let me tell you something.
Maybe it'll happen in Barbados or Thailand or Germany or I don't know.
Sex is a wonderful thing. You'll like it. Trust me. After sex, you're gonna say one of two things: "Ooh la la," or "Damn, that girl wore me out."
Wow.
Both are good.
Okay.
Terry, not everybody wrestles women in bed like you do.
I don't wrestle all the time.
Oh my God. What else? If you have to kill one animal on a farm to eat, which would you pick? Maddie's gonna pick a pig for her bacon, lol. Yeah, well that's that. I think we all answered. Terry, you have to pick one animal off a farm.
Kill it and butcher it.
Hey, do you want breaking news from Corey Woods that I got sent to my texting thing?
After I tell you, it would be a cow. Because I
Okay.
get steak, burgers, all kinds of great stuff.
All right, I'm gonna stick with the lamb. Lamb and rice.
And the lamb's so cute.
Lamb
though.
burgers. Oh no. No, lamb's
Okay,
lamb's
you
legitimate.
want training?
No Fish. I have it. Literally, I have
okay.
a phone.
Well, he
Jesus
said it to
Christ. Jesus Christ. All right, let's see what other questions we have. Fish, shut the hell up and mute your mic. Let's see what other questions we have in the chat. Let's see. Fish needs to get high first before he drinks. That's a whole different conversation that we're going to have. Make sure you guys check out the Jeff and Gentry show today at 10 o'clock. They're dropping a video today on the Detroit Lions at 10 o'clock, so make sure you go check it out. Mailbag, who's the wide receiver the Lions picked up, and is he more than just a guy, or is Quintez Cephas not going to make the team? Cephas is going to make the team, and last I heard, it was not a significant injury, so he'll be back. He'll be just fine.
Right, he just won't be a starter. He's depth.
Yeah, he'll be the 5th, 6th option. Mailbag, who smokes the most green on the Woodward sports team? Definitely Darren McCarty.
That's pretty easy, yeah.
And then Stick.
Yeah, those two.
Yeah, those two. Those are 1 and 2. Those are 1 and 2, and it's not even close to anybody else.
Nope.
Let's see. One more question before we wrap up. Are any of you play euchre? What the hell is that?
Euchre.
Are you
Heard
serious?
of it. Yeah, I've heard of it. He hasn't
You're
done
joking.
Okay.
I'm
No,
not.
he's not. He hasn't done
Stop.
anything.
What?
We know this.
Come
Did you go to
on.
college?
No.
No, he
You
dropped
honestly-
out.
You didn't
you
go to
honestly have
college.
never heard of euchre.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna take a guess.
Did this dude just walk off the
Yes.
A board game?
boat? No.
No.
Card
It's a
game.
Card game.
Yeah,
okay.
card game.
I was close.
You have to have 4 friends though, and you don't. So
So what's
that's probably
euchre?
why you haven't played.
What is it? Where you put a card on your head or something?
No.
No.
It's a game.
Let's end
It's
the
sort
show.
of. It's sort of like bid whist. And I hate to break.
You're being serious, like
No,
100%.
he's
No,
serious.
he is.
When
Look
am I
at
ever
him.
not?
You're not serious a lot.
No. Wow.
Have you heard of
That's
bid
true.
whist?
No.
No. Okay. Bid whist.
Have you played Crazy Eights?
Ooh, that's
No.
a good game.
What the hell is that?
Uno?
Oh my.
Uno, yes.
Okay.
52 card pickup.
No,
That's what kids
You
do.
play poker, yeah?
of course.
Yeah, he knows
Okay.
poker.
So
Somehow.
at least you've touched cards before.
Yeah.
You've seen
Yes.
them.
Yep.
Yes.
You know what cards look like.
Yes.
There's 52 in a deck.
Yeah. I know the
Well,
drill.
there's not 52 when you play euchre.
Euchre is sort of like bid whist. And you probably know this since you hang out with black people don't play euchre. They play bid whist. White people play euchre, and normally they don't play bid whist.
Okay.
So they're kind of similar games, split along. I don't know how this happened, but that's what it is. But it's a card game. You have to have a partner and you talk trash during the game.
How do you not?
Oh, there's one game I remember playing as a kid. What was it called? Speed? Was that a game?
Have you heard of Bridge?
That's called cocaine.
No. What's the game called? What the hell is it called?
I don't
Some card
know.
game. I don't know if it's
It must
Speed.
have been a European game that no one knows of.
Speed?
I've
I
never
don't
heard
know.
of Speed. Now,
I
maybe
don't
I'm a goofball.
Maybe I'm
No,
an idiot.
no, you're good. We haven't heard of Speed.
I can't remember the name of the game.
Maybe you were
Oh,
high
well.
or drunk when you were playing that, possibly.
Oh well, no fish. No, I wasn't.
Okay.
We are gonna skate out of here.
Yes,
Thank
the
you
end
so
of the
much for
show.
joining us this morning. Appreciate all of you as
Tomorrow,
always.
you
Tomorrow,
got
Terry's
some
got some
fun
awesome questions
questions
for
for
you.
you.
Yes.
Be
So,
ready.
I'm very
I'm ready.
yeah. See, there's 2 people in the chat that know what it is. So shut the hell up.
Speed?
Yeah, we're out of here.
They're lying.
You're the ones who
They're
live
just
under a
trying to
rock.
make you feel good.
Go F yourselves.
I will.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Oh.